Hey, hey, what's up? Welcome. Oops, wait to move, wait to move. Welcome to another chess position. You should, as always, pause your video, try to figure out what you would do if this was your position, and it is white to move. I mean, I always look at changing the pawn structure with like e5, d5, but that seems kind of crazy. So, what is the idea here? Bishop a4 looks pretty interesting. He can then take on e4 though, so it doesn't look great. Huh. What to do, guys? What's happening? I don't know. Queen b3? It seems kind of weird, honestly. It's probably the move I would play in a pinch. Man, I don't know. Don't know what to do. Queen b3 just feels like a normal move here, but the thing is he takes on d4. It's just kind of unpleasant. What if we go d5? It just doesn't feel great. I mean, black's position feels fine to me. Let me just double check that I have the position right. I'm always paranoid that I don't. I do. What is going on? Is black threatening anything? Not really in this position. He'll take and like isolate our... Well, if he takes, we take with the bishop. And we're threatening to take on c6. So it's actually not a major threat, to be honest. So then what? What does that mean if there's not a threat? I don't know, but it's also like very hard for white to do anything here of any use. If we go pawn to d5, he goes maybe knight e5. What was I saying about queen b3 again? I can't remember. Knight takes... Oh, let's say he goes pawn takes e4. Bishop takes e4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop takes d4. And he's attacking our f2 pawn there. So I don't like that so much. I mean, I would just take on f5, I guess. But it doesn't feel like that's the right answer to the puzzle. You know, when you do these puzzles, there's always like some kind of puzzle bias. You know that like the answer is probably not to just take on f5. But that's what I would do now if I had like to just choose a move pretty quickly. Second choice would be like pawn to d5, but which also seems at least reasonable. Let's look at some other candidates. I don't know. I don't see any brilliant ideas here. Oh, I can actually play bishop a4. That's probably the move. Yeah, now I look at it. Because I really need to get rid of this pressure. Yeah, bishop a4, pawn takes pawn, bishop c6, pawn c6, queen c6. And that pawn is pinned on e4. And that creates a problem for black to deal with. And if bishop a4, rook e4, just bishop c6. Yeah, bishop a4 is going to be the move. Because black has too much pressure on our king, or our center. I'm just going to go bishop a4. Topalov short. What? Sorry. This is a prototypical example of a situation where looking at the pieces individually will start some general conclusion. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. He talks a bunch of nonsense, then goes king f1. Let's see what Houdini thinks. Why doesn't it like bishop a4? Did I blunder something? It says fe4, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Oh, d5. I missed that move. d5. Because I can't take it, because his rook's not under attack anymore. It likes king f1 for some sicko reason. Let me see what Houdini thinks about this brilliant move. Doesn't really love it very much. But his explanation for it likes like rook e3, and we'll see what he says. The weakness, blah, blah, blah. There's no reason for white to alter the pawn structure immediately, because after ef, rook e1, knight takes d4, the dark attack on the dark squares proves strong. So let's look for ideal squares. All of black's pieces are good and ready for action, which can also be said of white. The bishop could not be better placed than on c2. White's queen sits well on c4. Finally, white's... I mean, I kind of said that all the pieces are okay, but... Finally, white's rooks are quite happy occupying the center files. It would appear that this is a fruitless exercise, as nothing can be improved, but never forget the king. There are 2 points to be made regarding the monarch. It stands in a dark square, and it can, in fact, have an effect on the short line given above. What short line? Oh, this short line. Take, knight d4. I mean, king f1 seems okay. Whatever. Exclamation point. I mean, my move's bad. I guess. Just bad. Bad move. You know, it's kind of like a puzzle thought, because you feel like it's a puzzle, so there has to be some funny move. That's one good thing about the database that I have, that I did last month with these puzzles, is sometimes just the stupid, boring move is the answer. Or like pawn takes pawn or something. King f1, you know, it's the mode of thinking that's more important than the actual objective quality of the move. The idea that just in some variations, it's useful to have the king on f1. So like if black makes some random waiting move, okay, this is not a good move, but just to demonstrate. I mean, it's a horrible move, of course, but just like that there's no bishop f2 threats or something. I don't know exactly. King f1. Well, one thing for sure is better than my move. I just totally missed d5. I thought his position was just good for me. But I was being lazy. Whatever, man. Nobody's gonna play the move King f1 after looking at this stupid book. If any of you wanted to play King f1, congratulations. This is short versus Topalov game, by the way. Anyway, I'm wrong. But you know, position like Houdini thinks is about even, honestly. He thinks black's slightly better after bishop a4. It also likes rook e3. That for some reason is its favorite move for Houdini in the original position. It's kind of a weird move, so I don't quite know why. But okay, it's a useful move. And f4 like blocks up the center. Black wants to go rook g8. Houdini wants to do this. So I mean, whatever. It's unclear that king f1 is objectively the best move. Let's just say. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.